Yeah, it's great to be back out on the field. I know I'm fired up to be out there doing football. I mean, our players, you see the energy, the excitement they have. They're juiced and excited to be out there, having fun playing. This is why we work, to go play. Our coaches, I think everybody, I mean, the trainers, everybody's excited to be out there on the field, getting back to some football action. I thought guys came out today, obviously great energy, great excitement. Ready to go play, and and I'm pleased. I mean, obviously they don't let us put pads on, so hopefully you got to be careful. You try to keep everybody safe and limit a little bit what you do these first couple days, for safety concerns. But put stuff in, threw stuff at people. We have such a wide mix on the team, from old to young guys. Obviously, training camp's going to be a lot of different things to a lot of different people this fall. But overall, I'm pretty. I'm excited. I'm just thrilled to be out there. I'm fired up, juiced, ready to keep going.
Is the windbreaker for the weather, or just?
No, it's a rubber one. It's a fat jacket right there. So I had a good summer.
Coach Court
I had a good summer. Not in Coach Court's part of the building either. Some quality eating establishments. I had a very good summer, so I have my rubber jacket on for training camp now.
A lot of your guys talked about getting together this summer, kind of their own practices, and how just about everybody was out there and nobody was complaining, wanted to do that on their own. When you hear stuff like that as a coach, what does that kind of tell you about the team you've got?
Well, that's great. I mean, one, it tells you get a lot of leadership amongst the team. That you have guys that are setting the standard within their position group, within the offensive, defensive units, and overall on the whole team. Because a lot of the young guys, they're going to follow the lead. They don't know. Even the redshirt freshmen, even some sophomores, they're still trying to figure it out, what's going on. But when you have guys that have played a lot of football, that are setting the standard very high, and what they're doing, how hard they're working, how much they're putting in, it's easier to follow that than trying to get it done any other way.
Have you had a group like that since you've been here, kind of take initiative like that?
No, I think, I think 2010 we had a good group of really older players, but I still think they were still getting used to what the program was and how to be a great team. And I think by the end of the year, obviously, that group figured it out. But I think, this group that has, when you look at the experience guys have, the competition that's out there, on the defensive side of the ball, when you have a lot of guys that have a playing experience coming back, the competition's huge to get your reps. And so everybody knows that. So you're looking at somebody else doing something, you say, well, I better do more than him if I want to go play. And then you have that at the key positions on the offensive side of the ball as well.
Ben Beckwith talked about this summer a lot of the emphasis was to speed up the offense, really up, that no-huddle style that you want to try to run this year. What was the reason to try to change up the offense in that regard?
Well, I don't know that we're going to do that. We're a ball control team and all that stuff. But to me, it's our ability to, we want to wear people down. I think, there are a couple times we're a younger team last year that we maybe wore down in the fourth quarter playing deeper teams. Having that depth of getting all those guys ready and have the ability to wear people down is huge. But, to us, our priorities and how we run our scheme is all still going to be the same.
Probably 6 or 7 years ago, a recruiting class would come in, and most of them were getting here late July, August, and now it's almost, everybody's going to be here in June pretty much now. How much does that pay off with them getting that summer conditioning when you see the first couple of weeks of practice?
Well, obviously, the number one thing it changes is safety. It changes your whole how you do things. You don't have to do conditioning tests anymore and all that stuff. I got the wrong strength coach, I guess, in here if we have to do all that stuff. So, but I think with the safety, you can sit there and all these guys have been out there, they've been conditioning, they've been running, they've been training, in the weight room. And more so, I guess, for the younger guys and bigger guys, where their level of fitness is going to be coming into camp, and especially here with all the heat we have, that's just huge that it's one. You're always worried about safety, but that's one part of it you're not thinking about all the time, that our guys should be in shape, ready to go.
You expect any further clearances, or is it seem pretty much intact?
Well, you can only bring 105 to camp, so there's still a lot more possibilities with other people coming out there. But we'll see how the NCAA plays that out, and then we make decisions from there. And the 105 that are here, but that's always fluids, I'm in a fluid situation. I mean, with guys potentially coming and going, but we're always going to have 105 in camp.
Is Orlando Bohanna going to still participate as a coach type thing?
Yeah, he's working as a student assistant coach right now. It was something that we went back and forth with. The decision to whether to medical redshirt or not, or try to come back. And it was one of those where I think he could have been cleared to play. But I think with where concussions are with young people right now, great discussion. He and I sitting down and just saying, hey, he's much more comfortable medical redshirt and playing out his last year as a coach, helping other guys out, and just in his long-term future.
Chris Jones talked about he was going to take things a little more serious this year. Have you seen that already from him?
Well, I don't know. We've been out there for 2 hours. So ask me that in 3 weeks.
I don't know how much you've seen him so far, but Rashawn Dixon, what's your early impressions on him? Obviously he's got a pretty good pedigree. But
I think I don't know, because again we've been on the field for 2 hours and there's no pads on or any of that stuff. But I think obviously there, with guys like that, my experience with guys like that, he just kind of seems to have that demeanor. Just a little bit older guy, a little bit more matured. He's been through a lot more. He's not coming off the high school field out here to practice. He's coming off professional fields out here to practice. So I think he has maybe a little better grasp of what it is to be a pro and how to handle your business than some of the younger high school guys. So I think the adjustment will be pretty easy for him.
Around SEC and football and everything, it seems like more and more teams go into close practices for themselves. I mean, what kind of the benefits of having a close practice?
We've done it before. We've with both and ours. Our philosophy right now, I want our guys focused on our goals of becoming a championship program this year. The spring, we open every practice up in the spring, so that gives everybody that opportunity where, you're a longer way off. We're down now to 28 practices till we play, so I want that focus and locked in a little bit more than maybe the sideshow of opening practice or just kind of that all that stuff. Like you always hear me say a guy will run the wrong route, make a great catch, and everybody kind of claps and cheers. And I don't want that distraction. I want them knowing they ran the wrong route. No matter what they did, we got to get it fixed.
Do you think in the future that there could, if you look at the NFL just tweeted that the Broncos, I think, are charging $8 for a hot dog or something. The Patriots have 13,000 people at camp. Do you see in the future, if colleges kind of get that, there's a profit margin to be made there?
Well, I'll tell you what, that'll be told to me, I'm sure, by our athletic director. If we can sell tickets to practice and people buy them and jack up prices on hot dogs and Cokes and all that stuff, I might get a memo saying, hey, you know what, we're opening some practices up for everybody right now. But I don't know. I don't know that that's the goal of everybody,
right,
or what it is. So, but how much college football's changed the last couple of years? Right. You never know what's going to happen.
Is everybody full health like Jay Hughes, Justin Mullen, those guys?
Yeah, we had all 105 out there practicing today. So that's a pretty good deal. So.
You mentioned Bohanna. What about D? Is he
D. Arrington? Same deal, medical redshirt. Yeah. I forget. You guys probably have scoured the 105.
Yeah.
Nick Griffin looked like
he was practicing. If they're not in the 105, chances are they're, and they were in the 105 or on scholarship last year, chances are they've medical redshirt this one or transferred or done that thing. Trent Simpson, I think, is going to transfer. Some of the injuries, I think he's really going to try to go back and focus on baseball.
All right.